You mentioned that you have a starting five set, do you think, or are you still kind of mixing and matching it at this point?
No, we have our starting five set. What we don't have set is who's coming off the bench and in what position. With all the injuries, I'm trying to get people to play several positions right now. And we're just trying to figure out which is the best combination in certain times of the game. So that's going to take a while to decide where we're going to be. And we need to get it pretty quickly because we're starting the season, but it's just going to have to be game situations to decide that.
Besides that, what do you want to see in the scrimmage tomorrow? What's kind of a goal going in? Or exhibition?
Well, I want to see us take care of the ball. I want to see us play hard. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Our new players are going to make mistakes, but let's not make mistakes by not playing hard. Let's make mistakes because we don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean? I don't mind mistakes that way, but when you don't play hard and then you make mistakes, it just compounds the problem.
Do you focus on rotations and lineups, or do you try to get minutes for everybody a set amount?
Tomorrow, just get minutes for everybody. I'll probably put in some combinations you'll never see during a year, but really it's just to get everybody on the floor. And my main objective in these type of games, especially this year, is for the flood victims and try to raise as much money as we can for that. So, but always in exhibition games, I'm really not looking at combinations as much. Now we get into the season, start some of the non-conference, and that's where we'll develop, what we need to do when we get into conference play.
You came into the season with some questions like what was Christina going to give you, and what was Lene going to give you offensively. Having gone through a scrimmage and all these practices, do you have any more of an inkling or a sense of what you might get in some of those questions you have?
Well, I think Lene is more unbalanced this year, which is going to create more points. I mean, I think that's a good thing. Christina King is learning on the job. Has to continue to learn what we do offensively and defensively. But I see some improvement and I see some good things. So, but it's going to be a process. It's just going to be a process going through, and it's going to be a process for me. You come into the season where you think you're too deep a lot of places, and all of a sudden you're not. And what happens a lot of time is you have to move people from one position because of injuries to another position that weakens you in that position. So you become weak in two positions instead of one. Yeah. And that's where we got to decide how we're going to rotate people and what position makes us a better team.
Patience on your part to sift through?
Yeah, but you know what? I have patience for that, but I don't have patience for people that don't play hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had patience for people that don't play hard. So, I know you don't know what, some of us don't know what we're doing and not used to what we do offensively and defensively, but you can go hard. And that's what I don't have patience with.
You compare this group to any of your past teams, relating how they might play?
No, because I'll tell you what, we have got to develop a bench where it's not a big letdown. And until we do that, these other players are going to have to play a lot of minutes. And when you play a lot of minutes, you have a tendency to reach instead of moving your feet. You have a tendency to get in foul trouble. You have a tendency not to talk because you're tired and that type of stuff. So we got to develop one or the other. We got to develop our main players playing a lot of minutes and be mentally tough and be able to do that, or we got to develop some players to come in and give them a rest. So those are a couple of things that we really got to continue to look at.
Ideally, talent level right now, would you like to eventually be able to roll in 8? Is that too high a number? 9? What do you kind of?
Oh, we like to roll in as many as we can, but be realistic. I mean, if we can roll in 7 to 8, that'd be pretty good for us right now. Last year we was able to go 9, 10, 11 at times, and we just don't have that this year. And it is what it is. There's no excuses. People got to adapt to the situation, and our players have to do a good job adapting to that.
Will you back off of some of the pressure then at times?
Have to. We don't have a choice. And what happens a lot of times, you have to change things because of, the situation. And I could be hard-headed and say, no, we're going to continue to do what we always did. But that's not going to put us in the best opportunity to win. So, yeah, absolutely. I have to adapt. The players have to adapt, and we've got to move forward. All right,
Thank
thanks.
you, Coach.